Yeah, what's up guys? How are you guys doing today? Wonderful day, wonderful time, wonderful to see all of you here today. How are you guys doing? Are you manifesting? Are you struggling? Do you feel doubt? Well, I'm going to clear it up for you. You know, actually you're closer than you think. You're actually this close. See my hands? This close to manifesting. This close. See that? The reason I didn't close my fingers to tell you that because this close is where it's at. If I close my fingers, it doesn't exist. The reason why I have to put this close, see the little space in there? That's called Planck time scale. That's the electromagnetic energy of the atoms resisting each other. That's why you can never touch anything. So when I say you're this close to manifesting what you want, you practically already have it. So if I go like this, it's the same thing. Now, this term here, let me explain to you why. First of all, check this out. The reason you may not be experiencing the reality you want to experience is because you don't identify with that version from that reality. You guys hear a lot of stuff. You guys watch a lot of content. There are a lot of teachers, a lot of stuff about the universe, self-help, self-development, mastery, consciousness, spirituality, all stuff subconscious. But it all comes down, everyone, majority of teachers, they all point to one thing, and it's called an identity shift. You heard it, quantum jumping, quantum shifting, timeline, right? You hear it all the time, you watch videos on, but what are they saying? What really is going on? What's happening there? Well, in order for you to get the life you want, you have to change your identity, your personal reality, your personality. And when I said you're this close, here's what I mean. Yes, hey, helps heaps. Is this prison planet? Is the Earth a prison planet? Technically, I put it to you like this. This is what the Earth is. Have you ever been to the zoo? And you see how the animals are enclosed, but they're still living a good life inside the zoo? They have their nice brusheries, greenery, water, so it looks like an artificial environment they're living in, but they're not in. But they'll be more happy in their natural environment. But in the zoo, you could watch them and look at all the nice animals, and they're being well fed and everything. So who controls the zoo? Humans control the zoo. Humans study the animals, they observe the animals, they look at the animals, make sure they're doing their thing. Yeah, the Earth is like that. So we're more like a zoo for higher beings, though. You call them ET, extraterrestrial, higher intelligent beings. So yeah, it's kind of a prison planet. It's like an experiment. That's why we call it the Matrix. They observe. It could actually be entertainment for some beings. That's a hard pill, but it's the truth. Monica McDonald's. Wow, look at that. Perfect with the tiger. Thank you, Monica. All right, back to the lecture. Thank you for the question. All right. Now, the identity shift. Listen to this term. This is so profound, and this is what will change you and let you know that you can do this. Spooky action at a distance. Spooky action from a distance. Can you guys tell me which famous physicist coined that phrase? Who said spooky action from a distance? Because this phenomenon was so baffling in physics. Perfect. You got it. Raina says Albert Einstein. Correct. Einstein called this phenomenon, it's one of the most profound phenomenon and the least understood in the modern physics. and still baffling today, but it's still verifiable true. Even Einstein himself couldn't believe it, so he called it spooky action from a distance. As a matter of fact, Einstein said, Einstein is the father of modern physics, gave us theory of relativity, E equals mc squared. Einstein knew what he was talking about, but this time Einstein didn't know what he was talking about. That's right, the greatest physicist was actually wrong because it was so profound. Matter of fact, he said this, he said another statement. He said, God does not play dice with the universe. Einstein said that. But it turns out God does play dice. God does play dice with the universe. Not a God in traditional terms, but the universe is a self-correcting code. So here's what this have in your life, the impact this can have in your life. So spooky action from a distance. Now, it is called quantum entanglement. Quantum entanglement defies the modern law of physics. The first law it defies is the speed barrier, speed of light. Physics says nothing can go faster than the speed of light. It's impossible. Yet, quantum entanglement defies that. Quantum entanglement says that a particle, which you and I are made of, can be sitting right here in my car, in this car, and another particle could be trillions of light years away. And the particle in this, me in this car, if I do this, look, as soon as I go left, the other particle immediately goes right. Trillions of light years away. They're supposed to be a communication gap. Trillions of light years away, it should take trillions of years. When I go this way, the other particle should take trillions of years to go that way. But they do it simultaneously. It's like they skip time. They disobeyed the laws of physics. He disobeyed speed of light. And this is at least, but it's happening. So this is what baffled Einstein. Einstein said, man, I can't believe this. This got to be some spooky action. God, this can't be happening. There's no way. But it turned out he was totally wrong. It did indeed happen. So what does this mean? Quantum entanglement basically says that you and I are entangled with a version of you and I in a different timeline or reality of any outcome or every possible outcome. If you want to sum it up in the big picture, we're made of particles. Modern physics now shows that the universe is indeed a multiverse. There are different dimensions and realities are existent. We know the field is infinite. We know that particles can only assemble at a certain finite state. Hence, they must be repeating patterns. Meaning there must be a repeat pattern of me and you somewhere. A world just like this, another earth, everything repeats. Every possible outcome is occurring. And we are all entangled with it. So I go left, it goes right immediately. So when I say you're this close to manifesting what you want, now you know the truth. The question is, man, how do I change my identity to match that new version of myself? Right? Because the version you are right now isn't experiencing the version you desire to be. So how do you get that version? I'm just going to cut to the chase. It's called faking it until you make it. It's acting. It's pretending. It's playing a role. That's how you're going to adopt that version. There it is. So I just saved this video, save a whole bunch of explanation. When you watch a whole bunch of videos and they're telling you, oh, do this, put out your frequency, adopt this mindset, get in alignment with the version of yourself, become the state of being. You have to, you don't manifest what you want, you manifest what you are, We're going to put all that to rest. It's very simple. Manifest what you want, manifest what you are, alignment, state of being. You have to pretend, you have to fake it until you make it. You have to act like you have it. You have to lie, technically, to yourself, which is not lie. Your subconscious mind sees that as illogical, hence becomes magic in your terms. An example of faking it till you make it. You got to dress up like you have the money. You got to talk like you have the money, like you have the business, like you have the success. You got to approach people like that. You have to show yourself physically like that. You have to write things down, put objects in your house. You have to, everybody knows what fake it till you make it is. So that's how you assume the identity. Once you fake it till you make it, you're gonna feel like you have it. You have to brainwash yourself. You have to delusionize yourself to think you have it. That's how you can reach that timeline. The entangled version of you. See how it works? When you start doing this, here's what happens in the brain. The RAS, reticular activating system, will notice the pattern. The subconscious will adopt it as a new state of belief, becomes a map of reality. Your brain now starts to actually rewire itself. It starts to create new neural pathways. Dopamine levels start to rise. You now are convinced it's happening internally first. Once it happens internally, the next stage is progression, or the next stage is processing the information and then projecting it out into a physical state. The time it takes to do this, to project it, it just depends on how good you are at faking it till you make it. The more good you are, the faster it manifests. May need more practice to do this. So this is why some people will say, man, I've been doing this, it's taking me a long time. You haven't gotten really good at faking it till you make it. When you get really good at faking it till you're making it, people will start to look at you like you already made it. That's when you know you're good. When they see you, they'll assume something about you. They say, man, you look like you're rich. You look like you're successful. You look like you have a lot of money. You look like you're very healthy. You look like you're very this, da-da-da. That's when it starts to feel. That's when the feel now starts to resonate. Because what's happening here, other individuals are picking up your subconscious vibrational frequency. They're picking up the version of you subconsciously. So that's the biggest sign that you know you're about to manifest it, which makes your belief so strong. See? So now you understand it. That's what it's all about. Identity shifts are faking it till you make it. Feel it like you have it. Walk the talk. Act like the man. Walk in the room, act like you're the person, even if your mind is telling you you're not. In quantum entanglement, spooky action from a distance, the field responds to that. The field does not respond to your current identity. It's just going to run the play. So if you want a new identity, you have to show the field the new identity. And remember, the field only communicates and sends information through your subconscious. Your subconscious is the gateway to those realities, not your conscious mind. Your conscious mind isn't into fake it till you make it. Your conscious mind is into logic and what you have right now. The field is not going to take that information. So this is why so many individuals struggle to manifest, because they're using conscious logic stuff. They're seeing their reality as is, and they cannot fathom up the ability. They can't even fathom up to fake it. They feel like they're lying to themselves. They feel like it's stupid, it's dumb, it's not going to work. And that's what the conscious mind is designed to do, to keep you stuck in that state. You got to remember, the only way to get to where you want to go is to go somewhere you have never been before. It's called delusional. It's called unrealistic, in the mental. But what you have to understand, it is all mental. Your mind will make you feel like it's phony. That word will dismay you. It's phony. This is why so many people don't do it. The ones that really know this game and master it, they do. If I didn't do this, I wouldn't have won the lottery and got my car. I was Mr. Fake It Till You Make It. And I made it. There's the proof. You want to see the proof? That's the proof right there. I walked around. I act like I won the lottery. Act like I got my car. As a matter of fact, when I got my M3, I went out and bought a steering wheel cover months before my manifestation came in. I went and bought an M mat, the official BMW M Sport mat. I went and bought the mat months. I had no idea I was gonna get the car, manifest the car. I had the audacity to say that I was gonna win it through the lottery, and that's exactly what I did. That's exactly what happened. I visualized it, I faked it, I embodied it. Even when I was going to work, I was working as a sous chef, and everybody at work, they were asking me, "Hey man, where's your M3? You got your car?" And everybody thought I had the car. I said, "Yeah, the car is in the shop. I'm doing some work on it. It's 2 months to." I had no idea what I was doing, but I just felt like the right thing to do. It felt like that's what I had to do. And what do you know? Months later, it materialized. I went, I checked my ticket. Top prize, claimant lottery. Cashed the check, went to the guy, bought the car. Car's at my workplace now. When I was working there, my steering wheel cover, put it on my car. My mat, place it on my car. Takes a lot of nerve to do that. Takes a lot of belief to do that. Takes a special person to do that. Emperor says, she says, he's speaking facts. I bought a Benz hat before I had the Benz, and then it came in a few weeks later. Of course, it's all facts, people. It's facts, man, because the Matrix dismay you from doing that. The Matrix told you it's phony. The Matrix does not allow that type of thinking. The Matrix cannot have you do that. If you do that, you will break the Matrix. If you do that, you've unlocked the most powerful secret of manifesting. That you only get what you want when you pretend you already have it. This is why only the few will manifest. This is why I was able to manifest. Because see, you got to go against the grain, man. I went against the grain. You know what makes you go against the grain? Knowledge and understanding of how the system works. If you know how the game works, you're going to be a master at it. And this is what I'm teaching you guys. I'm teaching you guys how the game works. And I'm not teaching you how the game works based on what Mark thinks, on what Mark's philosophy is. Everything that I'm teaching and putting forth is tied to science. If you follow me, you know this. It's tied to science facts. It's tied to neuroscience, quantum physics. So it's not just a guy talking here. I have receipts. Oh, what's the term? Yeah, you have receipts. And these receipts are for everyone to go look up for yourself. Yes, you manifested the lion because you knew you already had the lion. And that's that's very powerful. You just said something powerful. You manifested the lion because you already knew you had the lion. Listen to this. That's correct. Anything you're manifesting is because you already have it. It's just that your brain isn't tuned into that reality. Your brain can only take so much. Remember, it's infinite. Your brain is tied and filtered to 3-dimensional. So it's just like you forgot you did it, but you did it already. That's basically what happened. You just forgot about it, but you already did it. So whenever you're faking it or pretending, you're just remembering. Listen, I must repeat this again, because I really want you to get this. What I'm actually saying to you is this, is that the world is really illogical. The world is really delusional. When you think of something beyond your imagination, be it your wildest version, your most successful version, it is something actually happening in the field, and it can only be accessed through the subconscious. That's all I'm saying to you. So whenever you're pretending something, in your subconscious mind, it's not pretending. It's accepting. Did you know that? In your conscious mind, it's phony. It's pretending. It's lying. Pay attention to what I'm teaching you. In your subconscious mind, it's accepting. Because in the subconscious, that reality, that pretending, that phony life, that lie you're telling yourself, it is already playing out in another timeline. This is what I want you to understand. That's why Einstein called it spooky action from a distance. This can't be true. I can't be connected to something that's trillions of light years away and information is simultaneous. A particle is you and I. Hence, if we are made from particles and we become humans, there's another particle made of you out there, and guess what? You're already connected. So if there's another particle of me out there somewhere, and every reality exists where everything is infinite and every possibility exists, that particle of me is living my dream life, and I'm technically connected to it. So if I'm connected to it, it's called information. Information is always feeding information. This is why it's called spooky action from a distance. It's spooky because you can't understand how information can bypass time and even space. Information. What is information? Information is stuff you take in to do something. So if I'm connected to that version of me, I just take the information on how he became successful, how he became rich, how he won the lottery, and I just transfer that information to current me, to my subconscious, by the way. My subconscious takes that information, sends it up, my conscious mind decodes it, I take an inspired action, and I make things happen. Spooky information from a distance. I like that one, yeah. So now you know, and that's how you shift versions of yourself, and now you know what it means to take on a new identity. That's it. All right. See you next time.